Hello and welcome to Lawrence Technological University's presentation for College Week Live. My name is Samantha and I'm an admissions counselor here at Lawrence Tech, and I'll be giving you an overview of our university today. So for starters, I will go over our history just briefly. We were founded in 1932 by two brothers, George and Russell Lawrence. And we were founded primarily as a technology university. The name of the institute was actually Lawrence Institute of Technology, and the original building where classes were offered was actually right down the street from the assembly plant where Henry Ford perfected his assembly line and Model T. So that property was actually leased from Henry Ford. And this was sort of in the Great Depression era, and the idea that the Lawrence brothers had was to provide education to people who were currently working and couldn't afford to leave their jobs to go back to school. So students were able to come back to school in the evening and earn a degree in engineering. And that's the location of our original building in Highland Park. So back then, when the Lawrence brothers founded the university, they selected the motto theory and practice, which we hold true to today. Our students learn theory in the classroom, but also in conjunction with that, they work on many projects that give them practice to apply in the real world and make them employable graduates. So first off, all of our students do a senior project, no matter what program they're majoring in. So that's going to take about a year and a half to do all the work for the senior project. And students who are not seniors but want to work on a project are welcome to participate in our Quest program, where they can apply to work on a project and actually get funding from the university and have their completed project show on their transcript as extracurricular work that they've done. We also have several competitive teams. Our Blue Devil Motorsports are very popular. Those students design and build vehicles that they actually take to competitions around the nation and compete with. We also have robotics teams that compete in robotics competitions. And hand in hand with classes here, we have all of our students working in labs and studios. So that's not even extracurricular, that's just built into the curriculum. We have some great lab spaces, and our undergraduate students get to work in those labs and work on research, which is a very important opportunity that we offer to them. Okay, so we are a small school. As you can see, we do have fewer than 5,000 students, and actually about 3,500 of those are undergraduate students, and the remaining 1,000 are graduate students. But our students do represent a large part of the country and the world. They come from 35 different states and 42 different countries. And in our 80-plus year history, we've gathered quite a large alumni base worldwide. So that small student body allows us to provide a very unique learning environment to our students. First off, students are admitted directly into their program that they apply for. So if a student's applying to, let's say, architecture, they will start in studios on day one, and students in architecture will be in studio courses from their first semester to their very last semester. The same goes for engineering, any sciences, any program that a student applies for. They start in those major specific classes right away. Our courses are only ever taught by faculty, never taught by a teaching assistant, and the ratio of students to faculty is only 11-to-1. So students here will find that most of their classes will only have between 10 and 20 students. So that allows them to work very one-on-one with professors, develop relationships with their instructors, so professors will know who students are, be able to write great letters of recommendation if a student wants to go on to graduate school. So the small environment does allow us to provide a lot of benefits to students. One of the other benefits that makes Lawrence Tech unique is our customized laptop program called LTU Zone. We actually provide laptops to all of our students, and they're customized toward the major that the student is in. So as you can see, architecture and design students sometimes will get a MacBook Pro, and sometimes we'll get a Lenovo laptop computer, while our arts and sciences, engineering, and management students get a Fujitsu tablet computer. And that sheet I have up there lists some of the software that comes with the computer. So this is valued at about $15,000, but it's no extra cost to the student. So if you were to come here, all you'd have to pay is a $500 deposit. It's a security deposit when you pick up your laptop, and then when you graduate and turn your laptop back in, you get the deposit back. And you have access to all of the software that would be very expensive if you ended up having to buy it for yourself coming to college. So it's actually a big kind of stress taken off of college looking and preparing for college for students. So you don't have to worry about what kind of laptop you're going to buy, if you're going to need any kind of warranty on it, and what kind of software you're going to have to buy to go with it. We provide the laptop and the software. We update it every semester. And throughout all of the classes, students are trained on this software. So whether it's a studio or a lab, anything like that, students are using the software, so they're graduating ready to work in the field. So this is all industry standard. And it's just a huge benefit also to have basically free tech support. So if anything happens to the computer or something needs to be fixed, it's usually covered free of charge. We also have a leadership curriculum. So this is just a set of 4 classes that students take each year. So it's 1 class per year. It's basically geared towards getting students ready to work with others, to work in leadership roles, and also to serve the community. So our students do a lot of leadership and community service activities in this curriculum, and it actually shows up on the transcript as like a special, like another part of the curriculum that the student completed. Okay, so like I said, we were founded primarily as a technology institute where students could complete a technology degree in the evening, but we have expanded quite a bit since then in 1932. We have 4 colleges now listed here: architecture and design, arts and sciences, engineering and management, and these 4 colleges together offer around 100 different degree programs ranging from certificates or associate's degrees all the way up to doctoral degrees. So there are quite a few options if you're interested in coming to Lawrence Tech. And we also offer morning, evening, and afternoon classes as well. So you can come as a traditional full-time student during the day, or you could still come and complete a degree in the evening if that's what you needed to do. Okay, so this is just more of a breakdown of our different degree programs. Listed here is everything we offer in the College of Architecture and Design. There's several bachelor's degree programs there. Architecture and architectural engineering, you'll notice, have asterisks next to them. Those 2 programs are 5-year master's degree programs. So a student coming out of high school can apply directly for one of those programs, and if they're accepted, they'll be able to complete a master's degree in 5 years. So they're listed both as undergraduate and graduate programs. And as you can see, we also have several design programs as well. Graphic design, industrial design, and some of our more unique programs will be game art and transportation design. Our College of Arts and Sciences is probably the most variable college. There's a lot of diverse degrees offered in this college. So we have the life sciences, the chemistry, biology, psychology, physics. We also offer mathematics and computer science, media communication, which is good for students who might be interested in television broadcasting, movie production, journalism, or any of those fields. And we also have a few humanities degrees, actually 1 in humanities and 1 in English and communication arts. Okay, and our College of Engineering is usually our biggest college. As you can see, we offer many bachelor's degrees in engineering, and you'll also see that architectural engineering appears again on this page. That program is actually administered by both the College of Architecture and the College of Engineering, so it is a very multidisciplinary degree, meaning our students will graduate very well-rounded. Another program that's notable up there is our robotics engineering program. It's one of the few programs in the area, and I believe it was the first robotics engineering program in the state of Michigan. That program tends to combine electrical, mechanical, and computer engineering and computer science as well. So again, another multidisciplinary degree. Okay, and we also have a College of Management offering 2 undergraduate programs, Business Administration and Information Technology. And as you can see, if you choose to major in business here, you have 5 different options to specialize in: accounting, finance, information technology, just business, and marketing. We also offer a master's in business and a doctoral degree in business as well. Okay, so if you're a student coming out of high school, these are the admissions requirements for freshman students. We always require your official high school transcript. We look at the strength of the curriculum, so we will recalculate your GPA using only the core academic courses, so that will be anything in English and language arts, mathematics, science, or social studies. And we'll also weight for AP or honors courses, so we'll put those on a 5-point scale. It might give you a little boost. We require the official ACT or SAT scores, 1 essay and 1 letter of recommendation. And then if you are interested in one of those architecture and design programs, there are 3 of them that actually require a portfolio for admission. That's game art, industrial design, and transportation design. Okay, and if you do decide to come to Lawrence Tech, we don't just throw you in there. We actually do have a really good first-year experience program, so that's intended for freshman students to ease the transition to college. The first 2 days before classes begin are called Discovery Days, and that's where students are paired up with their first-year mentors, and then they have tons of activities on campus, basically geared towards getting students meeting each other, making new friends, and also learning about the different resources that are available on campus. As I said, every student's paired up with the first-year mentors. They actually get 1 male and 1 female mentor, and those are actually current students who are maybe in their junior or senior year. So they've been around for a while, they know the ropes, and they're there just as a resource, in case you have a question or any kind of concern that you might not feel comfortable expressing to someone, who's a professor or something else. You actually have a student that you can go to, and if you have something you want to talk about or any kind of concern or question, basically anything. So that generally helps students transition to college very easily. Okay, if you're a transfer student coming from another college or university, we have slightly different admissions requirements. Once you've taken 30 or more credits at another institution, we actually base the admission on your college work. So we need the official transcripts from any and all colleges or universities that you've attended, as well as a final high school transcript and still 1 essay and 1 letter of recommendation. Also, if you're transferring into game art, industrial design, or transportation design, we also will still need a portfolio to review. Okay, if anyone has applied and gotten accepted, or if anyone's thinking of applying to Lawrence Tech, we definitely encourage you to take part in Connect Blue. So this is a social network site just for accepted students. Once you get accepted, you'll be invited to join Connect Blue, and it's really easy to sign up. It's sort of just like a Facebook or MySpace. Basically, you just get started meeting students who are going to be in your class right away. So we have incoming students and also current students on Connect Blue, and they run all kinds of discussions and things. So a lot of people will meet their future roommate on Connect Blue. So if you're coming to college and no one else is coming here, it's pretty easy, to make a friend on Connect Blue, and you might decide to room with them or become good friends with them when you both get to campus. Okay, so these are our average tuition costs for a full-time student. It runs around $29,000 per year for a student who would complete around 30 credits per year. And then the housing rates will vary depending on which housing building you choose to live in. We do have 2 residence halls, and also how many roommates you have. There's options to live with either in rooms with 2 or 4 students. And then also listed there is the cost of the meal plan. We do have many scholarship opportunities for both freshmen and transfer students. So up here is a chart listing our academic merit awards. So if you apply to Lawrence Tech and you get accepted, there's no separate application for scholarships. You are automatically considered for a scholarship if you qualify for it. So basically, you can look at the chart and knowing your ACT score, SAT score, and your GPA, you can see right off the bat what you probably qualify for. And like I said, those are automatically offered to students who apply and are accepted. The deadline to be considered for scholarships is May 1st, so you would have to submit your application by May 1st. We also have some supplemental scholarship opportunities that aren't listed up there. We do scholarship competitions. We actually do 2 per year. There's one just for Michigan residents and one for non-residents. And those typically run in the winter and spring. There's definitely more information about those on our website, but they're a great opportunity for students to come compete. They're not based on your grades or your test scores. They're based on your performance just in the competition, and those students who participate can win between $1,000 and $4,000 per year, good for 4 years, and that's in addition to any other scholarships you might have. For students in the College of Architecture and Design, if you have a portfolio, we also offer portfolio scholarships, so you're welcome to submit it to our College of Architecture and Design, and they can review it and possibly select you for a scholarship. These are our scholarships for transfer students. They run a little bit differently than the freshman scholarships. These will be based on your cumulative college GPA, as well as how many credits you're transferring to Lawrence Tech. So starting with that trustee scholarship, you can get that even if you're transferring no credit, as long as you have a 3.0 GPA. And those two, the University Honor Scholarship and the Trustee Scholarship, are actually good for 4 years. So 8 semesters, and then that preeminent scholarship, those students need to transfer in 60 credit hours or more, which is about half of a degree, so that's actually good for 2 years. Okay, we actually, our student services building is the newest building on campus. It's actually the building that I'm sitting in right now. You can see that big glass facade behind me. It's facing right into our quad. It's a really cool looking building, but also it's a very helpful building for students. We offer many student services here, and they're all in this one building. So it's no academic classes or anything are offered in this building. It's just here for student services. So I'm in our office of admissions right now, but down the hall we have our one-stop center, which is the place to go for any questions regarding enrollment, registration, student account, anything like that. Upstairs we have our student affairs office and office of student engagement. They're basically there to help students and provide activities for students to participate in. They're basically here to make sure that our students stay happy on campus. So they have an organization up there called Students Planning Activities Monthly. They bring entertainment to campus either once or twice a month. It might be a movie screening, maybe a musician or musical group, anyone in the performing arts, magicians. They try to change it up frequently, so there's always something new to go to, and they usually feed students at these events, which is important to a college student. Down the hall, they have the Office of Career Services. That's where you'd go if you're looking for a job, whether it be on campus or off campus, or whether you're looking for a co-op, an internship, or a full-time job when you're graduating. So they put on career fairs every year, usually at least twice a year, where they get employers coming to campus, and then students can go and network and submit their resumes to local employers. They also have a database online called Career Quest, where students can upload their information and apply for jobs. So when employers in the area have job postings, they contact our Office of Career Services. Career Services puts the postings online, and then students can apply for them. They also prepare students to look for jobs. So they offer resume critiques and mock interviews. So if it's your first time looking for a professional job, you're always welcome to schedule an appointment with Career Services, and they're very helpful in that area. And downstairs in this building, we have our Academic Achievement Center, which is our student tutoring center. That's where if you're struggling in a class, need help revising a paper, anything like that, they have tutors for all subjects, so you can go down and take advantage of the free tutoring. They also offer test-taking services for students that may need special test-taking accommodations, so they're very good with accommodating students for any needs. And let's see, we also have our help desk, our laptop help desk, so that's where you would go for any IT support. Okay, so our students do have many employment opportunities. These are just listing some statistics about, companies coming to campus and how many of our students are employed. You'll see that 65% of our students participate in co-ops and internships. It's not a required part of all majors, but most students will go out and find a co-op or an internship, whether over the summer or while they're still taking classes. 88% of our students are employed within 6 months of graduating in their fields, which is higher than the national rate, which is shown down there at 55%. And this is mainly showing how our Office of Career Services has this success in getting students out and employed in the field. Okay, so students that are interested in living on campus have a couple of options. We do have 2 residence halls, and they are both apartment style, so I wouldn't necessarily call them dormitories. They would all have bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens, and living rooms, and there are laundry facilities in both buildings. And we have several dining options on campus for the students living here. Our cafeteria is called the RFOC. That stands for Real Food on Campus. It's buffet style. It's pretty similar to most college cafeterias that you would see. They usually provide a variety of options ranging from your typical, hamburgers and grilled cheeses to more home-cooked selections. We also have the Provisions on Demand, which is basically just a quick place to stop for food. And Einstein Brothers Bagels has location in our atrium, which is where students like to hang out. And we actually have an agreement with Jets Pizza where they'll deliver to campus for students with meal plans. So all of those dining options would be eligible if you wanted to use your meal plan to eat there. Okay, and anyone who plays a sport and is interested in pursuing it at a college level, we do have a lot of different varsity teams. Those are all listed up there. Most of them for both men and women. We also have men's hockey and women's volleyball, and a dance team and a pep band. We're hoping to add golf and tennis in fall 2014, which is really exciting. And all of those teams are in the NAIA, which means that we can offer scholarships to athletes coming for those sports. The only one that's not in the NAIA is men's hockey, and they play in the ACHA. Hockey plays in a different league. And for those students who don't want to play sport at the varsity level in college, we also have intramural options running throughout the year. It's more a casual way to play, and we do have club sports as well. So there are options for students that want to get involved in athletics without committing to the varsity team. Okay, if you're wondering what students do here for fun, we do have a lot of student organizations. There are over 70, and they range from professional organizations to just social organizations and special interest groups. So we do have Greek life on campus. We have several fraternities and sororities that, they do their recruiting twice a year. They have Rush Week, which is a lot of fun, and means for freshman students a lot of free food. We have cultural organizations. Basically anything you're interested in. If we don't already have an organization for it, you're welcome to create one. It's not too difficult of a process. All you need is students that are interested in being in the organization and a petition that's signed by a certain number of students in the student body. I think it's 30, so it's very attainable. And we have new student organizations springing up all the time. So anything you're interested in, you can probably have a student organization for it. Okay, I'm not going to read what's on this slide because it's a lot, but this is just some recognition of excellence. This is basically just various things that Lawrence Tech has been acknowledged for our performance in different areas. One of them is the Bloomberg Business Week survey on return on investment. So they've actually ranked us in the top 7% of universities for return on investment, meaning that a Lawrence Tech degree does tend to pay off, kind of to put it shortly. They take into account how much a student will pay for the degree, and then also look at how much the student will make in their career after they graduate. And they find that Lawrence Tech graduates tend to make a lot in their careers to compensate for the cost of the education. So you don't want to just consider how much your college education is going to cost you, but you also want to consider how much it's going to pay off in the long run. Okay, and if anyone is interested, is in the area or will be in the area and is interested in visiting our campus, I would highly recommend it. We do have a beautiful campus, and it's a nice environment for students. We do have several events coming up in the fall and the spring. One of them is actually coming up on December 7th. That's our Blue Devil Day. It's basically a campus open house. And then in January, we have a financial aid night for those students that may have more specific questions about how to apply for financial aid and how to budget for college and things like that. And then there's our scholarship competitions listed there. These are for high school seniors, so if you're a senior and you've applied to Lawrence Tech and been accepted, you're eligible to compete. And as you can see, there's on February, the one for Michigan students, and then in March we have our competition for out-of-state students. Okay, and then this is where I open it up to questions. If anyone has any questions about the presentation, or if there's anything I didn't cover that you would like to know about Lawrence Tech. So I'll just give it a minute and see if anyone has anything. Alright, it doesn't look like anyone has any questions, so I hope that means I did a good job on the presentation and I covered everything you wanted to know. I mean, if you do have any questions that come up, we're still here in the live chat, so just find us and come and ask away. But for now, I'm going to end this presentation, so thanks for joining.